Hello Pisces, my name is Tiffany from Tiffany's Tarology. It's so good to be here with all of you today. Today is Venus Day. It is a Friday and we are going to jump into a love reading. This is what we do here now on Fridays. Pisces, we tap into whatever it is that you need to know about love and relationships for your life. I wanted to add this in because I don't typically pick up on energy of love in my daily readings. Occasionally it'll come out, but I want to make sure that those of you who are looking for love, going through love issues, those of you that would, just like to know what's coming in for love, let's just see what Spirit has in store. So Spirit guides, angels, ancestors of the highest white Christed light, what does Pisces need to hear today in regard to love? We're going to pull 3 oracle. Pisces, I always put timestamps for you. If you need to kind of skip around the video, you'll see areas where we do the oracle shuffle. You'll also see areas where we do the tarot. And I always try to loop in the oracle with the tarot. There's one. We have back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. Interesting, Pisces. Already some messages coming through here. But I want to pull all 3 first. Look to your inner strength. That came up last time we did a love reading, I believe, with this deck. You are stronger than you realize. Look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. And last message.
For Pisces. Just one card, please. Whatever they need to know.
Thank you. You have get to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love. Interesting. All right. So when I see this energy here of back to what you love, right now you may be prioritizing yourself a bit more than you're prioritizing your partner, right? There may be a period where you're going through a reinvigoration of what it means to fulfill your inner worth and your inner desires. But I do feel like it could be leaving your partner feeling somewhat unfulfilled or desiring more from you because it says, learn to meet another's need for love. So there's this energy here where I feel like you're trying to find the strength to be able to love yourself and love someone else at the same time. And there may be a difficulty that you're experiencing with trying to serve yourself and serve someone else. And that's difficult because when we look within ourselves, there's often peace and there's tranquility and there's an invigoration of the self that, makes us feel good. Like maybe you're starting to go on a diet and now you and your partner don't eat the same foods. Or maybe you're starting to have different interests and they don't align with your partner's interests. Or there's just more self-care and time that you've been having to devote to you. And it's leaving your partner feeling that maybe there's some lack of fulfillment in the direction and the compartment of what they need. But I want you to understand, Pisces, that right now it says you're stronger than you realize. There's a need for you to focus on yourself over this partnership, no matter what you say, because if you can't give to you, how can you give to someone else? So let's go ahead and read card number 11, which again says, look to your inner strength. You're stronger than you know. It says the angels are asking you to dig deep inside your inner self. The strength is in you. Though it may not feel like it right now, you will be able to push through this. Believe in yourself and know you already have the power you need within you. When you are in a state of empowerment, you can live from a natural state of peace. Being stressed or afraid is not a natural way of living. Try to figure out what is challenging you and disconnect from whatever is creating stress. Establish boundaries and take back your personal power. This is an ideal time to develop a new way of thinking. What has been dominating your thoughts? Are you caught up in old patterns? You have control over your feelings. Remind yourself that you have the inner strength to tackle whatever you are currently facing. A crowned goddess is holding a delicate and translucent ball in her hands. At the center of the ball, there is a solitary female. This may refer to feeling small or blocked. The emphasis of the goddess's crown symbolizes higher knowing. You have more power than you realize. Believe in your inner strength. So again, I'm feeling this call back to self, and really like a Two of Pentacles energy of juggling the self and the other person, which very much so over the last like 2 years, when the nodes were in Aries and Libra, there was an emphasis on you versus partnerships. And right now with Pisces having the North Node and the South Node in their first and seventh houses, it's time for you to uncover the ability to care for yourself. You've been made to feel small for so long. Maybe a partner always wanted you to prioritize their needs. And for the first time in a long time, you're prioritizing you and your self-love, your self-care above their own. But it does not mean that you neglect your partner. So this is definitely feeling like a reading for those of you who are already paired with somebody. This is about trying to find this balance between loving yourself, tending to you, and tending to them. And you have the strength to do this. It actually takes a lot of strength to call your power back and say, hey, I need a little love. I need a little bit of time to focus on me. And, you know, for some of you, I do think that there's also going to be a call to action of, do you have the space for that person? Do you have the space to love someone else right now? And what that might mean for a relationship that is maybe going through some challenges. Current situation for Pisces in regard to love and prioritizing, themselves. So many cards wanted to talk there. So you have the Six of Wands and the Star, which is beautiful energy to start out this reading, Pisces. This is telling me that for the first time in a long time, you're on like a self-healing journey in regard to coming back to your sense of self. The Six of Wands is someone who is very proud of themselves, someone who is in the limelight, someone who's finally having an emphasis placed on them. And with the Star, there's this inner healing, this inner knowing, this slow down process, this stripping things to their bare self and really being able to evaluate where you fit in all of, you know, kind of like within the cosmos, within the ethers, within your world. And what I see here is somebody who finally is allowing themselves to take up space and allowing themselves to heal through the admonition of, I am beautiful, I feel good, I am handsome, I know my worth. There's so much healing that you've done lately. And so this is definitely also an ode to self-love. What's challenging this though? What's challenging this new sense of self and ego, like a healthy ego and healing? What's challenging that at this time for Pisces? I felt the energy of that card, Three of Pentacles, but it didn't come out. What's challenging that? And I feel like that could definitely be the energy of like having to work with others, or maybe you have children. Three of Swords in reverse. So the challenge with the Three of Swords in reverse is actually the ability for you to actually fully release that old energy of not feeling worthy. And the upright, the Three of Swords is about heartbreak. It's about hurt. It could even be about loss. This person is clutching themselves. So also there's this sense of like losing oneself. So the challenge here, I think, within in the reverse is you've gone through that period of loss, of hurt, of losing yourself, forgetting who you are, forgetting what you were worth. And you may still be struggling at this time just a little bit to remember to just fully let this go. You're in the process though. Within in reverse, I'm really happy. But you're in the process of really fully letting it go. Like, are you taking that time each and every day to pour into you? You know, are you getting up and prioritizing somebody else? It could even be a child. It could be a family member that you're taking care of right now. But are you prioritizing yourself and loving yourself as much as you could be? I know that you may be on like this self-love journey, this self-healing journey. But are you actually doing everything that you could to really pour into you? I think there's an emphasis here with this in the reverse that a little bit more work needs to be done. And that's okay. That's what we're here for, to go over and to talk through and to go, go into depth about how we can fix that. Strengths at this time for Pisces. Queen of Wands. I love that. So let me get these cards in order. The Queen of Wands is saying that you are starting to get back on the horse. Like, this is very much so, I feel good. I've got a new wardrobe. I'm doing my hair, my makeup. I am looking at myself in the mirror every day and speaking my affirmations. You're finding your power within. Your sexuality may be an emphasis that you're also focusing on right now. Like, are you doing, erotic dance? Are you focusing on your sacral chakra? Are you looking into different ways in which you can be connecting with your sexuality and your sensuality more spiritually? And by that, I mean, we've often in this world kind of condemned sexuality, especially for women. But there's something really inherently powerful about a woman who owns her sexual strength. And there's something really beautiful about a man who knows how to not abuse his sexual strength. I do feel a lot more feminine energy usually in my readings than I will masculine, I won't lie. But this is this reclamation of who you are. This is, I know I look good. I know I smell good. And I know that I'm catching the eye of everybody around me. Like, there's this energy here that you are coming into knowing that you're really beautiful and really powerful. There may have been a time when you didn't feel this way. And I just see you reclaiming that. Again, it says, back to what you love. Reevaluate your desires. You're important right now, Pisces. Area of focus. Judgment. So some of you could be working through being judged, not feeling worthy. Some of you may be going through a process in a period where you're actually having to accept a call as well. And this call upon your life is one where you're being asked to step into the spotlight. So there's also, I think, a healing that they want you to do of the face, of being seen, of saying, here I am, of speaking your truth, all of those things, and no longer holding on to the past. Like, when we have a judgment call come through in regard to self-love, it's like, are you actually going to step up to be this light, to be this person that everyone sees and looks at and admires? And you have something within you, Pisces, that is like, I dare you to see you the way that you are meant to be seen. And so many people see you right now in a beautiful light. And it's time for you to open your eyes, if you haven't already, to that light as well. Near future for Pisces. There's a lot of energy here. So I see the Devil, the Knight of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Page of Swords, and the Page of Pentacles. So I definitely see a conversation coming in for you in the near future with somebody else that you are inherently connected to. Seems like a soulmate energy. And I think the two of you are going to be talking about, where's this relationship going? And we need to talk about some serious things. And they could be things that have been bothering you about how this relationship has made you feel. The lack of confidence that you have in certain areas of the relationship. Remember, in our oracle, it said, learn to meet each other's needs for love. So you may literally be telling your partner, I desire to have more self-care time. I desire a little bit more help around the house. I desire for the two of us to be able to go on more dates together. And these are things that I'm not willing to deal with. I'm not willing to deal with, X, Y, and Z anymore. There's going to be some kind of conversation that you have with a soulmate energy. So again, I am feeling more so that this reading is for those of you who are already coupled. There has been a lot of love in this relationship with the Knight of Cups, but there's also been a lot of codependency, not seeing eye to eye, not seeing each other. And when you have this energy here of the Devil to the Knight of Cups, it's like, are we sugarcoating the relationship and not getting to the nitty gritty about where there needs to be changes, where we need to, really come to some understanding about what this other person needs? Are we not looking at the toxic aspects of this relationship? Are we not looking at the toxic way that we're connected? Are we not paying attention to each other in the way that we should? Are there distractions? Those are all things that could be coming up for you in these conversations. So I do see you coming in hot with your partner and really discussing kind of the do's and the don'ts of the relationship. And they probably will tell you what they need as well. But I do see you taking more of a front runner energy in this, Pisces. And I think what it is there's an evolution of intimacy for you. There's an evolution in the way that you want to be loved. There's an evolution in the way that you are requiring yourself to be loved. And it's because you have now this newfound confidence within yourself, and you've heeded the judgment call where your spirit guides are like, are you going to walk into your truth and see you for who we see you as? You're beautiful, you're handsome, you're smart, you're powerful, and you deserve to have your expectations in a relationship met. Are your expectations being met, Pisces? And those are things that in the near future, I think you're going to be talking with your partner about. Because again, with that star card coming out in the current situation, it is also about I'm healing. I'm currently in this healing process. And with this Three of Swords in reverse, maybe some of those conversations that you're having in the near future with your partner is also part of that officially letting go of some of this weight that still hasn't completely left the building, that would allow you to love yourself more. Recent past for Pisces. This is beautiful. So this is kind of a mixture of a love reading to yourself and to a partnership. Okay. Six of Swords. So in the recent past, I see that there could have been some issues as far as distance, emotional distance from your partner. And I think you had to take this voyage, this emotional time to yourself to find yourself again. This person has a smile on their face. So I don't necessarily think like you left and you said, hey, I don't have time for us. I think this was very much so verbalized to them that like, hey, I think I need a little bit more time, a couple days a week, or, on Tuesdays, on Saturday, like whatever the case is. I need this time to go my own way and to do my own thing. I need to take a drive. I need to go to the nail shop. I need to go to the beach. I need to hang out with my friends. I need to do something that reminds me of, just who I am. A reminder of who I used to be is coming through. So there could be this energy where it's like you've lost yourself in your daily duties and your work. You could have lost yourself in the relationship. So in the recent past, I see you taking a little bit of time and distance from the relationship to center yourself and find yourself again. Some of you, I feel like you're saying like, I feel like I've lost my spark. I feel like I've lost my luster. Dancing can be significant for many of you to really, again, connect with that sensual side of yourself. Connect with that part of you who misses just having fun. Like, you have taken life so seriously, Pisces. It's time to just let loose. Relationships can be draining. Relationships take work, but also you deserve that same amount of effort and work put into you. Advice from your spirit team. You have the Queen of Cups and the Nine of Wands, meaning that it's time for you, Pisces, to fill your own cup, to feel rejuvenated, to get near water, to hold this space for yourself in a very feminine energy where you're at ease, where you're letting loose, where you're kind of like in this easy breezy energy, because you're pretty beat up. The Nine of Wands is a wounded warrior. This is a person who's taken on the weight and responsibility of so many things. This could also be an energy, like, again, if you're masculine, disregard this, but that mom who is showing up for work, showing up for the home, showing up for the kids, showing up for the husband, and not showing up for herself. Maybe even showing up for family, or being that caretaker for somebody elderly or their parents or something like that. But you're showing up for everybody but you. And so this is a time now with your advice from your spirit team to say this wounded warrior energy, this I'm not giving myself the time that I need to recuperate. We need to let go of that, and we need to embrace the energy of loving who we are, embracing our needs first, and trusting that what we desire and what we need emotionally is also super important. So I also see some of you considering therapy. I see some of you considering, like, just finding an outlet of some sort that allows you to be yourself, to let loose. Like, this outlet could be painting. Again, I really keep on seeing dancing. This could also be like picking up a hobby or some type of craft. This could be a single day a week where you're doing, more with your body. I see movement, and that's all going to be really important in order to do what? To look to your inner strength and to reclaim your power. This person in this ball, this crystal ball here, is that energy that you have right now. If we can see this person, they're very tiny and they're going through a period of maybe feeling a little dull. But there's that energy that wants you to feel revitalized, that your spirit team is sending to you. You're working those kinks out. Your environment at this time? Seven of Cups. I see that as a beautiful environment. That means you're realizing that there needs to be some choices that you make and options and outlets. And there's this energy here of there's limitless possibilities of what you can do to increase your sense of self-worth. I see you getting involved in activities, extracurriculars, and I see there being multiple areas of your life that are going to improve with the Seven of Cups. 7 different places potentially for some of you, or 7 days a week where we're prioritizing something in our cup every single day. So maybe that is literally just waking up in the morning and taking 5 minutes, to 15 minutes of your day, just focusing on you at the beginning of it. Devotional time, journaling time, meditative time. Maybe this is a walk. Maybe you're devoting 30 minutes a day to exercise, but there's something I see you doing like every single day, or 7 different areas, or potentially multiple different extracurriculars that are helping you to reclaim your sense of self. And that's beautiful. So you're not allowing yourself to just be clustered into one thing where you are that one thing to everybody, the caretaker to everyone. You are now finding ways to fill your cup 7 days a week. Hopes and fears. Beautiful energy, Pisces. I'm very proud of you. This has taken so much time and energy to get to. And for those of you who are kind of looking at this message and you're like, I'm not there yet, this may be a sign, because we're all in different timelines of things to come. So 3 of Wands. When I see this card, I see somebody longing for change. They're looking out at the water. They're looking at what else is out there. And for some of you, not all of you, I do feel like you are wondering if this relationship is going to be for you for the long term. Like, is this partnership that you are involved in, is this person going to fulfill your needs? Is there more out there? I do feel this sense of loneliness, like there's a cup here but no person. So are you feeling a bit disconnected, distant? Are you also not feeling like they understand what you need, that they're not an inherent or integral part of your healing journey? Some of you are really wondering if this relationship is going to serve you. And it's a lot to consider. It's a lot to consider. And they want you to take your time with this, Pisces. Like, that person, they still feel like they are currently in your energy. I do think that as you guys take some time apart, which I see here, like some distance apart, and as you focus on, where can we improve this relationship? What can we do to be in a better place with one another, and really tackle maybe some intimacy issues, trust issues, trying to focus on the love that you do have? There's this potential that things could get better. But I do feel like for some of you, not all of you, there will be a dissolution of this relationship, because you're going to find out that you're better off really focusing on you. 3 of Cups, there could be third-party energies that have affected this relationship and your self-worth. Some of you are holding on to the past and a past version of the love that you used to have. You're staying, quote-unquote, stuck because it's what's been comfortable for you. And I do see some of you with the World card and this 9 of Pentacles. Let me show you here. I see you embracing and walking into a more single energy because of the fact that this relationship is not going to serve you for your highest and greatest good for the long term. And there's that energy of I can do bad all by myself, or, hey, I'm so sorry. I need to focus on me. It's not you, it's me type of conversation, and being very honest with this partner about that. But the fact that you're looking out over the water at all in this image here shows me that there is some desire for more. Wondering if there's something else out there for you. Potential outcome. You may be outgrowing this partnership. But I don't feel anger here. I just feel like we just truly don't align anymore. Potential outcome for Pisces. King of Swords. Tell me more. Tell me more. Page of Cups. And the Seven of Wands. With the World on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So I see some of you with this King of Swords to the Page of Cups being very honest and maybe a little cold about emotional immaturity in a relationship. And what I feel coming through this card is I'm ready for more of a stable energy and less of the boy, less of the child energy. I'm ready for someone who's out there. Like this came up in our previous reading. I don't know if it was the outcome, but it came out as well. Like I'm ready for somebody who can like get on this mountaintop for me and shoot their arrow, has a spiritual connection to the land and to the people and to animals. I see this Native American man with this hawk or this eagle on his arm. I'm ready for someone who is ambitious, who has goals, who is oriented at a future where there is this king energy. But instead, you could be met with a page energy, someone who might be indulging in drinking, someone who might be just emotionally not as intelligent as you are, someone who is just not necessarily paying attention to the seriousness of where you are on your journey to self-love, to healing, and to prioritizing your needs. You're moving into an energy, Pisces, where you are ready to be taken care of. You're moving into your soft guy, soft girl era, where you have put a lot of work and effort into others. And the Seven of Wands here is saying you're trying to protect your heart. You're trying to protect your investments. You're trying to protect yourself because you know that as you head into this next part of your journey, you're going to need that protector energy. Like you're looking for a protector energy. And I feel like what's going to happen for many of you is that these conversations that you have, potential outcome is you have this conversation with this person, and many of you will be walking across this platform without them. Or that person is going to have to step up. But again, on the bottom of the deck with the World card, I do see this energy of you've been in a comfort zone for some time. And it's finally time for you to get out of this comfort zone and to move into a place where you are, really focusing on you. Really prioritizing you, what you need, your hopes, your money, your reality being shaped by your desires. And that person, whether they just didn't offer protection, they didn't offer maturity, they didn't give you what you needed, I feel like many of you are going to move into a place where you provide that for yourself. I'm going to pull one last energy because I feel like that potential outcome is kind of variable, but like what is the overarching energy that Pisces envelops through this journey of love? Sorry about that. The timing cut out. But the Five of Wands, I do feel here that you are going to go through somewhat of a struggle to figure out what it is that you need. And what you're willing to put up with. You could be going through some quarrels with partnerships. And with the Moon to the King of Cups, Pisces, I do see you choosing yourself. And emotionally finding somebody in the future who is on the same page as you, who's not a page of cups, who's a king of cups. Like you're searching for that divine partnership. You're looking for that person who matches your soul. And instead of this energy where there's these quarrels and these toxicities and all of that, you go on this road to self-discovery, which is seems like a lonely road or a dark road. But after so much quarreling and fighting and trying to come to terms with this person you're with, I do feel like there is a high possibility that many of you are going to make a transition or a change after you try to figure out, are you the dog or the wolf? Are you going to go into your highest version of yourself? And with that being said, can you find somebody who matches your vibe? Somebody who's on that same realm, that same state of consciousness. Somebody that you're not going to outgrow. Or will the person that you want to be with, the person that you are with, will they be able to ascend and become this King of Cups from the Page of Cups? It's going to be a variable outcome. And I think a lot of you are in the process of determining what this is, which is why Spirit is not, being specific about how this is going to all end up. But again, I think there's an energy here that you need to pay attention to what you are willing to deal with as you're going through this glow up, and what you need to continue to let go of in order to receive the love that you need from someone else and as you cater to yourself. So Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this love reading. Very interesting turn of events. And I'll see you again next Friday with another love reading, and I'll catch you tomorrow with another reading on the channel. All right, take care, Pisces. Wishing you all the best in love. Keep loving you first. Bye, guys.